Hello, everyone. This is Chala Dinkoy, CEO and founder of the Repositioning Expert. This is a special edition of my Tuesday Tea Time with Chala, where I have my guest, Will Montgomery, who is the co-founder and are you CEO? I think you're CEO of the Orsus Group. They do background checks and security, and he has been a new client and has been crushing it. So I asked him to be a guest today to share with you some of his amazing success. In fact, you'll notice that the title of this Tuesday Tea Time is called 300K Potential Revenue in 2 months due to research outreach. So I wanted to introduce you to this amazing guy. You actually met his partner, Mike Peterson, on an earlier episode. So welcome, Will.
Thank you.
It's great to meet you. Tell us what you guys do and who you help.
So we are a background screening company located in Michigan, and we primarily help businesses with their onboarding to really minimize their risk when they actually bring on new employees. So we provide a whole full gamut of background screening products, from your criminal checks to verifications and occupational health. So every company is unique, and they're always looking for different type of services to really help with their onboarding and to ensure that they have a safe workplace environment.
What I love about you guys is you're already crushing it. So this is why it's even more interesting why and how the trigger happened to hire me. Talk about how we met.
So we actually met through the NMSCC Gala. I believe it was in Austin, Texas. That was probably about 5 years ago. So it's been a while. So you actually sat next to me and you told me exactly what you did. And I always kept your card. And, you know, once in a while I'll see some snippets of your blog through email, and I would read them. Mm-hmm. And then toward the end of the last year, Mike and I have discussed, you know, where are we right now and how are we going to continue to grow? Where we're growing and how do we expand that? Yeah. And so we really need to really expand our brand and have a little bit more presence. And so we were looking for someone who can assist. And I remember you and called you up and said, this is our problem. How can you help us out?
That's wonderful. So for those of you guys who are watching in my community, I just want to mention, one, we were at the right place because I only go to places where my prospects are meeting, right? I don't just go anywhere. I spend my time where they're hunting, where they're swimming, I hunt where they're swim. So the second part is, it's been so many years that had I not had content to engage you, you probably would have forgotten about me. You probably would have forgotten what I did for a living. So that's the other point that I want to make, is that content is still king. You still have to have that outreach and that, and it's not even outreach. It's really, it goes on while you're sleeping kind of thing. It's like you don't even have to do it in person. It's that the secondary marketing that I like to call the silent marketing. So thank you for that. So tell us about like how did we start working? What did you do as part of our engagement? Talk about the research.
Based on what you taught us.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I actually learned a lot. I had my certain routine that I did in sales, engaging with clients, and it's similar to what you've talked about as well. Mm-hmm. But there are certain pieces in there that you brought out that we weren't doing. You know, asking the right questions, asking, you know, how much are they losing money? And those are the things that I personally was not asking or asking in my sales process or discovery process when I'm consulting with potential clients. Right. And so once I put that into place, I can tell you there's been a change. There's definitely been a change.
That's wonderful.
More folks that I've spoken to, companies, have been more responsive and really want to know exactly, you know, what we offer and how can we fix their problems. So that I can see the difference from prior to 2 months to working with you.
That's wonderful.
It's definitely been an increase.
So, and tell me about this. One of the things that we do together with my clients is as soon as we start, they have to do outreach to 15 companies and to talk to 15 decision makers. And you had no problems doing this. Like you were not shy. You were not like, this was really, really old hat for you, but yet it's still netted, 300,000 potential revenue. Talk to me about how that happened.
So it was a different approach, and it's crazy because even what you've taught us, I didn't expect with certain situations where I'll give you an example, and it's actually I'm sending out this proposal today for this gentleman to sign. But I spoke to another company, a business staffing company, and really said, hey, you know what? We're trying to refine our message with the staffing industry and understanding some of the challenges that you've gone through. And we did, and not even, I would say less than a week. Actually, it was like 3 days. He texted me and said, hey, I have a person who you need to talk to. And he actually did an email introduction.
Wow.
This is all last week. And then we ended up having a conversation, understood exactly what he's dealing with, the challenges. And then next thing you know, Friday, he's like, can you send me a proposal? Can you provide me some solutions? We did. And I believe Friday said, can you send the paperwork over?
Wow.
And that by next year, his estimation is about $100,000.
That's just one of them. That's
not even it was less than a week. That's
so amazing. So what I want everyone to know who's listening and watching is that you guys have already got presence, you've got your brand, you've got, equity, you've got credentials, right? People know you, like you, trust you. And sometimes all you have to do is reach out for some excuse that has to do with their topic of pain to shake out all the business in your networks.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And the gentleman who actually referred me to this person, he called me and said, hey, that's great that this is working out for you. I may have another one.
Wow.
Because what you told me and what we discussed really transcends. And I know that other organizations like myself were having the same problem.
Amazing.
And it's just, I would have never called him unless you would have said, hey, because you told me these are the things you need to do. And he was actually one of the contacts that I called. And like I said, less than a week.
Yeah. So there's two parts. One is the program is forcing you to call your networks.
Correct.
But with an excuse to talk about their pain. And the second is that you're literally talking about their pain.
Yes.
And you may have reached out to them in the past for whatever reason, if you're good at keeping up with your networks, which most busy CEOs are not, but it's the whole positioning yourself around the pain. And then the next part of your marketing, when we do your actual marketing plan, we haven't even gotten there yet, is going to be around outreach around the pain.
Correct.
So you're already seeing the fruits of that, the benefits of that labor. So thank you so much. Is there any advice that you want to give to people who are either thinking about how to grow their business or on the fence of hiring an expert like me to grow their business?
I will say you have to take yourself out of your everyday routine and really challenge yourself and start to question, could you do something better? And that was our situation. Could we do something better? And really, what else is out there? Talking to someone like you and having an outside perspective, because you always have to look at how can you improve yourself, right? I think I can walk around thinking that, hey, I'm the best thing in sliced bread, but you're really not, right? And there's always ways of being coached and improving the things that you do with your business.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Well,
thank you.
Continued success.